Friends, welcome to Hello Summer. The host is DIY from House to Home, the Rustic Willow, and our Gray House. Please check out their channel in the description box and the playlist of all the other amazing creators making summer projects.
But I needed one more layer because I've got a mustache that is bigger on one side than the other. Do you guys believe this week is Mother's Day already? Man, I called my mom and make plans, but told my son would meet him halfway between here and where he lives and go to Amish country. We like to go to the grocery store there every once in a while, and it's about 45 minutes, so we're going to go on Saturday because, of course, when you go to Amish country, there ain't nothing open on Sunday. So we're going to go to a Amish buffet, and it's just a pretty basic buffet. It's just fried chicken, mashed potatoes, gravy, noodles, everything you would eat at Grandma's house on Sunday. Debbie, they've been on and off here as well. Hi, Yvette. Yvette, you missed my live the other night. I did the live on YouTube, actually. I keep forgetting to put a link over here so you guys can see it. Kathy, yes, I am going to Yoder's. Yes, Yoder's Country Kitchen, right? That's where I'm going. And I'm hoping I don't have to have reservations on Saturday. I just want to go there before I go to Beachy's, which is a big grocery store there. I'm sure she knows, but for everyone else. Because otherwise, I'd be too full, and then I couldn't buy any decent groceries. Bring that out a little bit more. So I'm not going to personalize this yet. This star gets personalized, but inside of my painting group, if anything needs to be personalized, I need the basic shape so that I can make, an image of it, scan it, and then I give this away inside of the group. Because I've learned that I've kept too many originals and I don't have room for all of them. It is good food. Thank you. Kathy, where do you live? You live close to Arthur? Okay, so I painted this and then my husband cuts it. So that's why we have not perfect lines over here. And I do want to change that up just a little bit. My red and my... nope, I was going to do that, but what I ended up with was this was red, these stripes were red, and this was red, all going in different directions. So I guess I better keep the paint colors separate. Oh, okay. Well, my son lives in D-Land, and when he played basketball, I know we played Bethany. I'm actually from Monticello. He's got a little washed out with my dry brushing. Dusty. Thank you. It did turn out cute. Believe me, I was so busy yesterday. I gave so many talks. The kids had their art fair. It was literally 6 p.m. when I took a piece of board and at least base coated it before 7 p.m. I had no idea what to do. The star was going to be a Liberty Bell. These were going to be firecrackers, and then it kind of just all went a little haywire, but it turned out good for very, very last minute. I haven't been that last minute in a long time. I was kind of hoping that while I was painting it, I was hoping for a rain night that I would lose internet power. Some days I hope for a storm, so that kind of like kids hope for a snow day. Like, I wasn't prepared, but I put this on my story yesterday, and stories don't do that great for me, but this one did really good yesterday. So I was, you know, when you get likes, it's kind of like, oh, especially when it gets me, because I know some people don't like gnomes like Marianne, and so I second guess myself when I do a gnome as to probably not too many people like gnomes, so I don't do them very often because I know that. But patriotic just has to be gnomes, because otherwise I gotta paint eyes, and I don't want to paint eyes, and I want to get my arm out of your way and find my dark blue. Sorry about that. Let me see if it's over here. Oh, there's my stencil laying right on my notebook. I guess since it's clear, I couldn't see it. All right. So in that Highland Cow class, I just placed the supply list. If you have signed up for it and you have not joined the group yet, please join the group, because I have some people who have paid, but they have not yet joined. So I need to make sure they have that information. But this is one that I think I'm going to have these printed on wood. I always say I'm done doing that, but I really like this one. Hi, Ruby. Thank you. I was really into gnomes before gnomes got popular. So that means you love to collect and paint gnomes. Sherry, they're easy to paint. I was painting gnomes back in 2018 when they weren't popular. So I've painted them for a long time before. You know, it's like everything else. I burned out on those red trucks as well. And I remember I opened my painting group in 2018, and I'm like, we're going to sell gnomes. Or when we did the selling group, and everybody's like, what the heck? Nobody buys gnomes. So that's kind of before the times with the gnomes, and I'm kind of like the first one exiting out of the gnomes. My gnomes brought me good luck. And that's why I like painting them, is because it's just a nose. And then I'll remember I told you about walking out the other day and finding 5 black kittens. Guys, my whole thing with kittens is going down. I love my cats, but now the fact of having 10 cats is a little too much. So 5 baby kittens came out from underneath my porch. So while I was out today, I stopped by Rural King and got a live trap because these mothers are feral. And they scratched my arms all up. One I can get, the other has no way of getting. So in order to get them to the vet, the one I tried to put in the crate and it wasn't going, and my arm's all scratched up. So I went and bought a live trap so that I can get them to the vet. So I told the vet, because they wanted me to, well, first you have to bring them in for a vaccination, which I usually do when I get cats fixed, but these things aren't going without scratching me up. So they told me I could just come in, they would do it all on the same day, bring it in the live trap. Then I can let it go. Luckily, my daughter lives on a farm and she's going to take some. But not till I get all the females spayed. Hey, Rhonda. And I know I'm going to do more one of tutorials coming up. I am going to do more of them. Because some people, you know, don't necessarily want to join a membership group. And even though I've got, you know, 350 tutorials over there they could use, they just want to pick one every once in a while when they have time. I just have too many. What I'm going to do, you guys ever seen my sitting characters? I sold a snowman on Etsy today, or yesterday. So I'm going to be putting a snowman together, and I've got a pattern for it over on Etsy. I've sold it for years. And the pattern isn't outdated, but it's not as nice and neat as it could be today because I made it back in 2018. So while I'm redoing the pattern, I'm going to set that up in a private tutorial group as well. So I'm going to do that more. Probably I will start with older ones instead of the new ones because, you know, I have to come up with 4 or 5 designs a month for the painting group. So it'll be going backwards on older ones since I have like 350 old ones. But they can all be brought up to date, you know, kind of changed. 35 cats. Wow. You don't like ducks. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, 35 would be a lot. But if you lived on a farm, it's not as bad. But I live in town, and that mother, they were under my building. I thought she lost them all. I hadn't heard from them, anything, and all of a sudden they're all out, and then she's moving them across the street by my house. And I look out there and she's got 2 or 3 kittens running behind her. There's going to be a, you know, I don't want them to get run over either. So, I don't know. My whole thing with cats just goes on. But now that I got this, and then you go to buy a live trap. And this thing is humongous. It's like I'm not trapping a panther here. I tell the guy at Rural King, I can't even lift this thing, let alone get it into my van, even if my husband put it in the back of the truck. We can't get this great big thing into the vet's office. So I'm not trapping them and taking them anywhere. I'm trapping them and taking them to the vet. You would think the vet would have a live trap. I just want all those girls because I don't even know where all these tomcats are coming from here lately, but I had to keep one of the girls here inside my building last night get rid of the males. So that's my saga with kittens and cats. And our town has just a horrible population with them. Ah, that's better. So yeah, inside of my groups, even like the Highland Cow one, I give them a line drawing in different sizes. I start at 20 inches and I go all the way down to 8 inches. So if you wanted to paint it 14 inches, there's one for 14, 12. Every 2 inches I go down. He would be cute as a little shelf sitter. And take some of, it doesn't have to all be together. It'd be cute to have him sitting with a flag behind him and then some little blocks of stars with the USA on the stars. I got all those plans to do SVGs one day. No, Mary Jane, I got a dog. I got a German Shepherd. No, I couldn't do that to my cats. And they're none of my cats. I don't even own a cat. My cats are kitty 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, however many is in the records at the vet. They don't even have names. And the names the grandkids come up for them, I have no clue even how to pronounce whatever they're saying, so. Kitty's fine with me. Okay, I think that looks good. I think that's all I needed to do to that guy. I know. She had 5 kittens, and the yellow one, I slept with the yellow one for 2 days, every 2 hours up feeding the darn thing, and it never survived. So turn around. So what happened was the mother cat, who was little herself, when she had this mother cat, they're both very young kittens. This last one, who had the 5 dead ones, was probably only 7, 8 months old. And so now her and her mother, so they both had litters at the same time. So the mother who lost her kittens is over helping her mother nurse these 5 kittens, and she's helping her take care of them. It's such a cute sight. It's just beautiful watching them. Hi, Luetta. Orange cats are the meanest. I got, mine are all blonde. Yeah, they're blondish orange. If you catch them while they're young, and that one little girl, I can catch her, but I couldn't get her in the pet carrier. That's when they scratched me, and then the darn thing bit me, at the big male cat. So that's why I went and got a live trap. I'm like, then the next day, of course my husband wasn't home the next day when one of them had an appointment. I missed 2 appointments last week. You gotta pay when you don't make the appointment. Oh, you've got an orange cat. So yeah, they're both over there letting those kittens nurse on both of them. Although the yellow one, she doesn't have any milk anyway. That's why the last one didn't survive. She is pretty dried up. So it's a family affair of cats. Oh, man. Well, ladies, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to... This is all done. Oh. What? Oh, that don't look right. So what I do with these, actually, is... Tomorrow I'll take a good scan picture of it. I may have some of these made. This is going to have to dry up and be coated a couple times. Oh, back to my group. My group is $47 a month. You have 350 tutorials in there, but I have that Highland cow up, and with the Highland cow, you get the first month for $25. Oh, I need to redo that a little bit. Now when I go to have the scan though, I gotta make sure everything's pretty perfect on it. How anyone can like cats? Oh, Roxanne, I've got a link somewhere. Oh, exclamation cow. That's right, exclamation cow. I like cats. I don't want cats. I will take care of any animal that needs taken care of, but I don't want a cat in the house. I just lost the last of our 3 Yorkies that I fostered. Well, 2 of them. One of them was ours. And I haven't replaced the dog yet. But actually, I haven't had a cat in years. And the neighbor who was on the property next to me, when he moved out, they left their cat. Well, I'm not going to let the cat starve, so I started feeding the cat, took it to the bed, had it neutered. Then when you get one, then here comes another one, and then you feel sorry for them, and then you start feeding that one too. Well, I can't feed 10 cats. I just went to Walmart tonight, and when my husband said, well, all these little kittens are over here hungry, one box, I think there's 40 cans at Walmart, of cat food is $30. They eat 4 a day plus dry cat food. So that would be every 10 days. That'd be $90 in wet cat food. And I don't know how much a dry cat food is. So over $100 a month for cats. Well, these were feral. They're feral cats, except for the one that the neighbors left. Everything else is feral because we have a bad problem in our town with them, and the town does not do anything with them except put out poison. And I don't think that's very nice. So I'll take them to my daughter. She said she'd take them. She lives out there in the country. They're feral anyway, except for the girl. I'm going to keep that little girl that just lost hers, and maybe the other girl. But these boys are driving me insane with the girls being in heat. The one little yellow girl's already in heat. So that's why I got a live trap today. They said I could take it in next week, and they'll get it done. So but no, if it was my choice, I wouldn't have any cats. They jump and hang on. They don't jump on you. They're Mary Jane, you just haven't had a good cat. Just like there's good dogs, there's good cats. My dog was the best. The one that we had for 15 years. Could let her outside. She never crossed the sidewalk, never trained. I could walk her without a leash. And then I brought in those 2 that I fostered because they were old. And oh my gosh, bark, and couldn't go out the door because the moment you opened the door, they darted out. Actually, I fostered 3 of them. One of them didn't make it very long because he darted out so fast that he got run over the moment he darted out. I mean, and when you got kids and grandkids and they don't watch when they open the doors, and those dogs are fast. So, kind of waiting for another dog until somebody has one that's old and needs a good rest of its life. I don't want a puppy. I don't want a middle age. I want just want an old dog. They were the best. I don't like the puppy stage. And so many need a good home, especially as they're older. So, Marianne posted one, and I was like, oh man, I wanted to run to Missouri and get that one. But I'm like, no, I'll get the right one. And it wasn't as old. I want like a 10, 12-year-old. I know vet bills are high, but I'll flip that up a little bit more. Oh, anyway. You'd rather see a spider? They scare you? Oh, God. That's true. At least we live right across the street from the elevator, so having cats around does eliminate the need for, or the mice situation that you got going on. That's true. But these 5 little ones are just totally adorable. And I am going, hopefully somebody will want them for house cats if I keep them tame. So I'm going to put them on the garage sale site and see if anybody's looking for a cat.